Alright guys, what is up? It is Yeti, otherwise known as APT Yeti, coming at you with my first vlog alongside me, good friend and teammate, APT Glockside. Follow our Twitters, APT underscore Yeti, APT underscore Glockside. This will actually be my first vlog, so if the quality's bad, you can't hear me very well, just send me a comment, hit me a message, anything. Alright, let's go with the topic for today. We are going to be ICN and MLG variant, game types, rules, band attachments, band guns, etc. Alright, we're going to start here on hardpoint maps, comparing MLG variant and UMG slash ICN settings. And I'm going to let Glockside start this one off.
Yo, it's your boy APT Glockside. Nah, I'm just playing. Yeah, let's see. Let's start off on the Yemen map. My likes and dislikes about the map. I think the map is it plays well. I just don't think it plays well with the ARs because this game kind of lacks an AR skill right now because of the M8 being nerfed and all that. It's only really good on land from what I've seen, and the FAL select fire being banned. I mean, that's the only map I really agree with it being played on, is because it's a long range of sight map. I just don't think the map plays very well for SMGs because there's a lot of long gunfights. Yeah, I'm not really sure if they're gonna keep it. I don't really know what everybody else's opinion is on it. What's your opinion on it?
Well, I personally don't have a problem with it. It's because I'm a strong AR player and SMG player. So for me, it is if my AR shot's on, I agree with it. It just goes back and forth. If it's on, it's good. If it's not, it's not. I don't have a certain opinion. That's not like downright. I hate it. I don't hate it. It's inconsistent for me. So I like it, but I don't. Alright, so what other maps do you agree with or you think should be added to the ICN slash UMG rules?
Well, let's see. Express Hardpoint is definitely a good map. I mean, I've only played it at pubs. I haven't scrimmed it or anything like that, but it does. I like the hardpoint rotation, and I like the way the hardpoints are set up. I think the gun on gun action is really good. It's all close quarters, and it's not. I don't really see it really hard to take people out of hardpoints.
Yeah, like the first tail being in the middle, obviously that's kind of a SMG base slash AR if you set up mid train or you set up somewhere like that. But it's more of an SMG based short range gunfight, which is I personally think the hard point should be that way. And same thing with the terminals and top control. The only reason top control would not be an SMG map is you can obviously get on the catwalks and have an AR and shoot them long range. But other than that, I agree with Express, and maybe, like they just took out Hardpoint on Hijacked, actually, to put on Cargo, which I completely disagree with. But,
Uh,
it is what it is.
I agree. I disagree with that too because I mean they took it out for one reason, and it's because of the shotguns. And I think that if you just ban shotguns like they've been banned in every other Call of Duty except for Black Ops 1, they're obviously a lot more stronger in this game than they were in Black Ops 1. I think that if they just ban shotguns, that the map is completely 100% playable. The bottom control room is, I mean, that's 1 out of 4 hard points, and it's not hard to break if there's no shotguns down there. Teams do it all the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, as we were playing yesterday, and you know this for a fact because you're in the game, but you could just sit down there and you have 4 players in the hard point, and they can spam shots just pre-firing, over and over again, back and forth. So I agree with
That
it.
is true, but there's also a disadvantage to keeping 4 players down there.
You
That means
can't
that
enter
we have
spawn.
complete control set up for next one.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think they should have left hijacked as it is with the banning of shotguns, but the KSG can shoot effectively up to 30 feet on the map,
Yeah, that's
and
ridiculous.
that's a real shotgun would actually be like that, but it is a video game and no other shotguns are like that, so they should have stayed consistent on that. Okay.
I completely agree.
To bring up
Um, Cargo.
cargo.
I mean, I believe Cargo was actually a map at one point when the game first came out. They actually tested it for a hard point. And I think it played all right. They just came down to like which maps they were going to choose. They could only have so many. I think Cargo's a decent map for hardpoint. I think that they should have maybe went with Express instead of Cargo. But I mean, Cargo's got a lot of close quarters fights and a lot of long range fights. So I mean, that could be iffy. But the long range fights on Cargo are not going to be as long range as they are on Yemen. So I mean,
Yeah, I agree with that. But just in the likelihood of speeding this up, 'cause I'm already at 5 minutes here, guys. I don't want to bore you to death.
damn.
But Cargo, you know, I played it in league play a few times. It's really fast paced, and the gunfights come a lot and up close. So I agree with it and I disagree with it. Same as hijacked, but I feel like they should have just left that alone with hijack, but banned shotguns. Now on the CTF here, we're gonna go through this real quick. First of all, Express. I think it needs to be taken out personally. I don't know what your guys' opinions are, but I think Express should be taken out.
I definitely agree that it should be taken out. I mean, obviously, domination was a great game type in Black Ops 1. In this game, the spawns just completely don't make sense. They've tried to fix it to where you can't spawn trap, which I mean, I get that for pubs. I understand that completely. You don't want people spawn trapping, but in competitive, I mean that's what a lot of teams base their strategy on is controlling spawns. So, I mean, domination doesn't really work. I think demolition would work personally. Demolition's a great game type. I loved it back in Modern Warfare 2. Um, yeah, CTF just doesn't play right, especially now that it's 5 second. They tried to lower the spawns to 5 seconds to make the game faster, but it's almost impossible to get flags out with 5 second respawn.
I don't mean to cut you off here, but in CTF, you know, you have to get them all four down, and then you have to go and you have to get all four of them down again. So
yeah, pretty much. You can get all four down, set up, and then get all four down again. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and as you're running the flag, it's number one, you have to check your base. And then number two, you're at least going to get in one gunfight on the way back with the flag, which I don't think that should have to happen. Like on Black Ops 1, firing range, you run jungle, your teammates get your cuts. It's that easy. You don't have to win a gunfight. You just worry about the objective, which I know that hurts a lot of players because they're mainly objective and they'll have that slaying ability.
I agree. Black Ops 1, like firing range, like you said, is a very simple, very easy map to set up on firing range. This game doesn't really have maps like that. Most of the maps I've noticed are symmetrical in this game, which are great. I love that, but at the same time, it makes it really difficult to pull flags and get flags back to your base without at least getting in one gunfight. It's almost impossible.
Like Express, it's the exact same on both sides. It's the exact same setup, exact same amount of bushes, trash cans, anything, seats in the train. And that no map will work like that for CTF because you don't have time. I mean, you have time to run and cut it off as soon as you spawn, especially with that 5 second respawn delay. That is crucial in CTF. Is getting a flag out and getting four down again.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. CTF, I mean, I guess it's a dead game type, especially in the way it works in this game. The maps are too big in this game. They're way bigger than in Black Ops 1. Which I like for other game modes like Hardpoint, Demolition especially. I think Demolition would be a great game type. I just think that they should get rid of CTF, bring Demolition in. I think that would be a great way.
Yeah, that's all they have to do really is, you know, I don't think they should so much as eliminate CTF or put it back on the 7.5 respawn delay. If not 8, because it's really testing the players if they can get a 5 second flag pull and a cap without winning gunfights.
Exactly. I mean, they definitely need to. They definitely screwed up with the 5 second respawn. I don't know whose idea that was. I don't know what they were thinking, but it definitely doesn't work. I mean, we saw it at UMG. Like the 5 second respawn teams literally had to get four down, and you have to get all four down. You can't pull with two down like you used to be able to. You gotta get all four down, and then you gotta make sure no one's in your spawn while setting up to get another flag pull and get another four down, like before you even pull. It's ridiculous.
All right. Yeah, I completely agree. And then lastly, we could go with the weapons. What you think should be banned that's not banned now, or what you agree with that's been banned recently?
The FAL select fire. I agree with the ban for the time being, but I also agree with that if they nerf it a little bit, if they maybe make it a little bit more spread on the hip fire, because that's the only problem I have with it is that if I have an SMG and you're 5 feet in front of me and you outgun me with an FAL hip fire, that you shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, and
so I mean, if they definitely maybe even lower the damage a little tiny bit and add some recoil to it, I think it'd be all right. I don't see a problem with it.
I agree with that. Like with the M8 nerf, they spread the bullets actually so you don't connect on all three, and that hurts players. If you're a strong AR player and you don't want to use an FAL because you feel it's overpowered, or now you can't because it's banned, that really puts a burden on you to slay with an AR that's, number one, has a shot spread apart further than it should be, and number two, just like its accuracy got put way down.
Yeah, it really does put a burden on it because I mean, like in previous COD games, all burst weapons have been a 1 to 2 burst kill, and in this game, the M8 can be a 1 to 2 burst kill, but it can also be a 4 to 5 burst kill. It's very inconsistent.
Especially if you have players now that are getting this FiOS connection or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely the lag compensation in this game definitely has a factor too on online play for tournaments and such.
I don't want to go into that one right now because we're already 10 minutes into this video and I don't want to bore the viewers to death. So
yeah, I could bitch about that for days.
Yeah, and I can too. Maybe we'll have another video coming out soon with me and Glockside. Who knows? If you want that video, comment, subscribe, like, whatever. But this has been ATP Yeti and ATP Glockside in my first vlog. You can follow us on Twitter at APT_Yeti and at APT_Glockside. So, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Peace.